Well, hello. Welcome back to Nine Little Aussies. Glad to have you here. My name is Chrissy, and today, I feel like I say this a lot, but I was not going to pick up the camera. It's just a busy day doing things. And then I thought, you know what, I will. So we've just let the ducks out, and we've decided to free range them and lock them up in the pen at night. And we're just going to see how that goes. They've got this whole paddock here, this side pasture. And the chooks do get let out here in the afternoons, but we've decided to let the ducks out and use that electric fencing elsewhere. So we're just going to see how they go, and hopefully we'll be able to herd them in at night without too much trouble. And you can probably hear a chainsaw. So my family is over on the other side of the garden, on the other side pasture, working at cleaning that up. We're going to move the chickens over there and get them to help us with the cleanup over there, and getting the barn or the little shed over there ready. It is a bit of a step of faith in readiness for a cow. I think I need a hat. Anyway, we have talked about getting a cow. A milk cow is what I'm referring to. We've talked about getting a milk cow. Actually, since we got here, even in Australia, that was part of our plan. And it just was never the right time. Or even when we've been putting feelers out, I guess, and asking around since we got here. But it just didn't feel like the right time. It's just like, yeah, let's we needed to get the gardens established, the poultry established, and we really didn't just have the resources, the time to put into seriously looking for a cow.
I would almost drop there.
Okay, so we're clearing out all of this and the brush against the barn. Going to build a holding pen over there, a little holding yard, and build a holding yard and put a gate on that opening. I'll show you a bit later what we're going to do over there, but just getting it all ready. So I had been thinking, well, I'll share about the cow when we get the cow, or I'll share about that when it happens. But then I was thinking, you know, this is part of the process, and especially what we're doing is we're getting ready. Even though we don't know where the cow's coming from or how we're even going to afford it. I'm just being real. But if we're not ready, we can't expect to receive something we're not ready for. And I'm not expecting a cow to fall off the back of a truck. That's not what I'm saying. But I do think we've got to be faithful with what we have. And we have a barn, and we've got to get it ready. And I really do feel like it's coming close to the time where we need to get this cow. This little fig has been struggling through. I feel like it's almost died like 5 times. It's like a cat. It's got 9 lives. So I'm hoping it's got fresh new growth. So I'm going to mulch it again and see how it goes. I'm not going to mulch it today, but we'll see how it goes over the winter. I'm going to water here. I don't know if these seeds are going to come up, but I did put seeds over here. And it feels like it might be a little bit too dry, even though I've been watering it every day. Kind of just using my hand to splay it out because it's missing the top off of the... I've got one that's got the top on the other side of the house. Love you.
Love you too.
Oh, really? Oh. I have to go around and get more.
Why couldn't you just get some?
Well, I was watering on the other side and now I'm watering on this side. How about that?
I think that's good.
You think that's good?
Look what I found.
You found your shield?
It's mine.
Yeah. Look, we've got some seeds coming up. So that is super exciting. So this one here, I think this is baby thyme. Maybe some lavender. And one of these, I don't know if it's this one or this one. One is petunias and one is chamomile, whatever we're calling that these days. So I am very excited. Hopefully that will just keep on growing. And the pumpkins are coming along. And as they're changing color, we can see them hiding in the grass. So I still don't know that there's like a ton of them. But
I don't even know what 3 pumpkins are. Right here.
You've seen 3?
Or the tiny one somewhere over here. No, that's the tiny one right there.
Oh yeah, there is a tiny one there.
One somewhere over
Here's one.
here.
Here's another one.
Here, that one. That one's, I think, stunning and beautiful. It's fun to eat.
Yeah, I don't know if these are eating pumpkins.
Where?
I don't know. But there's a lot of long grass here in with the pumpkins, so there might be some hiding, hey?
Mm-hmm. Look how much grass.
Yes, lots of grass. A big weedy mess.
Pumpkin.
Anyway, so I've just let the pumpkins and the grass, the wheats and the wheat and the tares grow up together, and then we'll harvest the pumpkins later. There's lots of flowers, but it's at least doing something productive with this very unproductive, messy corner that I haven't really been able to give my attention to yet. And I don't know if I'm going to try. So these are orange, those big old orange pumpkins. I guess they're the ones you carve, or I don't know. But I'm going to try and cook them and see. I did buy an orange pumpkin, not this kind, a different kind, but orange from H-E-B. And I cooked it the other day, and when I cut it open, I was really hopeful because it had the same flesh, it's the same look, the same consistency, the same texture as an Aussie pumpkin. I was like, oh, maybe this will be good. So I cut it up and I baked it.
Pumpkin, right over there.
Do you see it? Yeah, there's one over there on the fence.
It's a green one.
don't know if we can zoom in. It's a little itty bitty green one. Anyway, I cooked it and it was foul. It was so gross. Doesn't taste anything like an Aussie pumpkin. It was just really floury and funny texture on your tongue and not sweet at all, like not an ounce of sweetness, which usually pumpkins are pretty sweet, the ones we're used to. So, oh well, we'll keep trying. There's the one Zion saw over there on the fence. Green pumpkin growing. Yeah, that was a huge butterfly. I think it's gone now. I had thought, as I said, you know what, I'll share about the cow when we get the cow. But it just occurred to me that we're probably not the only people thinking, I really want a milk cow right now. And not able to just, you know, spend a bunch of money and go out and get exactly what we want and spend a bunch of money and fix up the barn and get our infrastructure. Like, we're having to take small steps in that direction. And like I said, we've sort of been putting our feelers out and looking around and seeing what's available, getting on a couple of Facebook groups to see what's around. But honestly, up until very recently, I just felt, no, it's not time yet. It's not time yet. It's not time yet. But in the last couple of weeks, the last several weeks, I guess, I've definitely started to feel an urgency that, okay, we need to start getting our ducks in a row, get ready for this cow. You know, the food security is an issue in this day and age, and that's not it's just a fact, and I think we all know that now. We've got massive port strikes here in the United States, which are bound to have an impact on a lot of things, not just food. We have these elections coming up, and we know how volatile everything is right now. You know, I'm not going to go into all the political stuff, but it's common. You know, it is crazy times. These are crazy times. And did you find an acorn?
Yeah.
Isn't he cute? A cute little baby acorn. They're like the American gum nuts. That's what acorns are to me. Like, we have gum nut babies and little gum nuts in Australia. In America, you have acorns, and they're so cute. So, yes, so we know that we cannot expect to receive something we're not ready for. We know that we need to be faithful with what we've got in our hands, and that is taking care of this property and getting it prepared and ready. And I guess amping up a little bit our hunt for the right cow. Now, in Australia, I don't know, I can't even remember if I've really talked about this before, but I know I've talked about growing up on the land and growing up on a property. My whole childhood, my dad milked one or two, often two, but at least one family dairy cow. We always had fresh milk, always. I don't remember ever not having it. I guess maybe we had periods where the cow went dry, but I don't remember being without milk, fresh milk. And cream and butter and all those things, yogurt. But then when I was a teenager, we moved to a dairy farm. For 5 years we were on the dairy farm and so they were commercially milked, a big milk, oh my goodness, a big dairy. I kind of got a mind blank. A big dairy. And so we had fresh milk there as well. That's where I was going. I was like, what was I saying? So on our family farm in all my younger years, when Dad hand milked a cow, he would put it in the cow bale, we called it. You guys call it a stanchion. We called it a cow bale. And he would bring the cow in, separate the calf overnight, put the cow in and just give her a biscuit of hay. And that is all she had while Dad was milking her. And then she'd go back up on the hill, back in the paddock and eat beautiful green grass all day. Now, here I have not come across grass-fed dairy cows, like really, truly grass-fed, that they're not being supplemented with grain. So that's something we may have to look at, is getting a cow that we have to supplement with grain. And honestly, I didn't really look into it that much recently, in my adult life in Australia. So maybe they're hard to come by in Australia too now. I don't know. But they definitely seem to be hard to come by here. So at this point, we're like, any cow is better than no cow. That will give us some good milk to be able to just increase our food security, feed my babies, no matter what's going on in the world. That's my goal. So I guess I just wanted to say, hey, this is what we're doing. And yes, it's not perfect. Yes, we don't have the funds to just go out and grab whatever we think is great. We're taking baby steps and doing what we can. And really, I think that's really just what it is for us. That's what it's always been like, to sort of live by faith. We've just had to take one step at a time, do what we can, and trust God with the next step. We can't see ahead. We can't see what's coming, either financially or physically, but we can take the next step. We can be faithful with what we have in our hand. We can get the things ready, take good care of the animals we currently have, and pray. And that's what we're doing. What are you hiding from this? What did you say?
I'm hiding the acorn from the squirrels, and I'm making some.
You're hiding the acorns from the squirrels?
And I'm making a tunnel so the squirrels can go through it and get the acorns.
Oh, that sounds like fun, doesn't it?
And I'm mining with tiny sticks.
You're mining the tiny sticks. So this is the old shed that was here when we came, and we're just kind of cleaning it out. We borrowed this trailer to bring some big, heavy looking pallets that we got. Babe, where'd you get these pallets from? These in the trailer?
Work.
Yeah, so from hubby's work, he got these, and they're really quite solid. So I just borrowed our friend's trailer to get them, but they're going to form part of the plan. Getting rid of all these old logs out of the way, cleaning up all the underbrush that's over here. So babe, can you tell us basically the plan of what we're going to do with this barn in this area?
Yeah, so I remember it was either Joel Salatin or maybe it was Joel Salatin talked about when you get cattle, you need to have a holding pen for them.
Mm-hmm.
So we've
when
got
they first arrive.
a great, well, we're calling it a barn. It's a shelter that we can convert into a barn.
Yeah.
It's already here. We might as well put it to use. We don't have to run electricity. We're going to build this little holding pen out here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have exact measurements,
Mm-hmm.
so that when we back the trailer in, the cattle can just stay in this holding pen and get used to where we're at.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there we will rotationally graze them in the back paddocks.
Right.
With the barn, we're just going to cut that metal pole out, put two bracing underneath it, and we're going to make one little holding pen so that we can calf separate at night.
Yeah, so inside here we're going to open this up for a gateway for the cattle to come in and out. Cut out this beam. Oh, stump. Ooh, dusty.
Yes, Titus has been cleaning. So it is dusty in here, but Titus has been cleaning. It is dusty in here, but Titus has been cleaning. And we're going to make just a small pen right here to calf separate. And the hope is that down the track we'll build a second and a third pen.
Yeah.
We're going to start with one.
Yeah.
And then this will be for the cattle, and the holding pen will be out there.
Mm-hmm.
Through here, we'll clean this out and turn this into a supply shed, supply barn.
So this all was full, like both of these rooms were just full of junk. So
Like
we've
that,
got
junk like that.
just full of stuff.
like that. And we've
Yeah.
taken probably 2 or 3 trailers away
Yeah,
of stuff.
yeah,
This is where our son fell through the roof.
yes.
So you can see.
I don't think I've told that story.
Well, you can tell them that this is
It's
a
that
sunlight.
perspex stuff. I don't even know what it's called here.
Yeah. So,
It's a
but
sunlight.
when you're on top and it's dirty, it looks the same as the roof.
And it was covered in leaves.
So he was cleaning and fell straight through. But he's okay. So we're going to replace that, and we're going to try to put the same in that side so that we've got natural lighting. We don't have to run electricity down here. There's
Yeah.
no need for that.
Just trying to open up some sunlight to come through. Yeah. Yeah, he didn't even have, I mean, it knocked the wind out of him. He was our 14-year-old. He was on the roof cleaning branches and logs, but he was completely uninjured. Thanks, babe.
And then we're going to make a stanchion here. You can tell about that.
Oh, yeah. So
Tell
our
them
full,
about that.
yeah, anyway, he was totally fine. He got the wind knocked out of him, like I said, but other than that, he was uninjured. Thank the Lord, because it could have been bad. He fell on the concrete. Anyway, he was fine. So then we're going to put, there's this little slab out here of concrete that's already here and a little shelter. So we're going to put right here, going to put some kind of a cow bale. Or like head, what do you call that? Head, well, yeah, but it's not a full stanchion. We're not going to build a big boxed in stanchion, just the head, I can't remember what it's called, but anyway, just to be able to put the cow and with a feed trough at the front and lock its head in. And then hopefully we'll get a cow that's gentle enough that I don't have to tie a leg back. I mean, that is possible. We'll need to tie a leg back, but we're hoping to get a really nice, sweet, gentle cow. All right, so the men and boys are over here working on this. I'm over in the garden, but I'll just show you. So there's what is going to be the milk barn. We're just by faith calling it the milk barn right here. And then there's these double gates that lead out onto this pasture. So I actually am really bad at judging distances. I don't even know how much that is out there, but it goes way back down because there's 11.5 acres altogether. A lot of it is forest. A lot of it is all wooded, but there's quite a bit that's open. And we've already worked on opening up some more to create more silvopasture, and a lot of it is just this Chinese tallow that has come up everywhere. So that'll just be a case of having to, every year, extending it a little bit more, and every year opening up some more silvopasture while leaving some good shade trees as well. So that ultimately we can hopefully run some beef cattle back here. But for now, there's plenty of grass for a milker and maybe even 2 milkers, but and a couple of calves. But we'll start with one. Noticed the other day that this is covered in peppers again. I need to pick these. A bunch on this one too. Look at this. These big old green peppers. They've got a bit of bite to them too, these ones. Wow, I didn't realise how many there were. I saw a few on here the other day and I thought, oh, I'll have to go get those. I have no idea what these are called. But I do know they're spicy from in the spring when I got a few off this, but I'm getting way more off this plant now than I did in the spring. That is for sure. Leave those, they're a bit little. This one is covered in little peppers too, but they're not ready. I'm guessing these are red chilies, or they're gonna be red chilies. But it's doing so much better than it did in the summer or the spring. So, and I've got jalapenos on the other side. So what this means is I can make some more cowboy candy, which my husband and my mother-in-law love cowboy candy. I don't mind it, but I'm not like totally sold on it. But they love it, so I will definitely make some more for them. And I really like it actually in the dip that Jess suggested with the cream cheese. It's delicious, but the problem with that is, as much as my taste buds like that dip, my tummy does not. And about 30 minutes after eating it, I'm in a whole world of pain. So I'm not going to be having that. What else? Because picking these now means I've got to deal with this now. That's the thing about harvesting, isn't it? You can't just pick it and sit it on the bench. That doesn't work. These are all covered in jalapenos. And again, they're doing way better now than they did in the summer. They're looking so much better. And the fruit is growing bigger. Yeah. Just obviously that bit of a change in the weather has made all the difference. These could get bigger, but I'm going to pick them anyway while I'm here. Now these are a different one and they're little still. Some of them are some big ones over here. Some bigger ones. Hello, little bee. Buzzy bee. The zucchinis are coming along. This basil's trying to go to seed. So the chickies, chicky lookies can have that. So I've done those. Might be a few more. Just throw this over here. Hey girls, want some basil? Yeah. Look, it's a spaghetti squash. Yay! And another one. I am excited to see fruit on this. This spaghetti squash was from just when I bought it, HEB, and I pulled the seeds out and dried them and then planted them. So I was like, I wasn't really sure how well it would go, but it seems to be doing just fine. So that's good. And there's peppers hiding in here from the spring that have come back in and amongst the spaghetti squash. So, look, these are these little cherry ones, little round cherry ones. They're not quite ripe. It's a nice amount of chilies. Someone's working over here. Caleb and Ty are burning off. Some rubbish, cardboard boxes, old sticks. The big boys are cutting up that wood with my husband. It's a work day. And I'm over here in the garden. So, next job. I came over here to check. There's some peppers down in there, some banana peppers, and I'm not sure what else, but it's hard to get to because of this okra. And I really need to, like, it's pretty much at the end of its, I've let it go. So I'm going to take that out because I also need to clear this space for broccoli and cabbages. So we'll take it out. I'm going to do it in sections. I may get some little okra off of it as I cut it down. Some of this okra, it's getting a bit woody. Some of the little ones might be okay. I don't want to pull it out, I just want to cut it down and hope there's no ants on it. So I'm just going to cut it off at ground level because I don't want to waste it. I want all those roots going down and feeding the soil and continuing to break down. So I'm just going to cut it off. Okay, well that's opened it up quite a bit through here, and you can see how much that these peppers have been leaning over trying to find sunshine under the shade of all this, and there's quite a few on here, some big ones. Quite big ones. I'll get those and see if the rest of them might want to stand up a bit now they've got sunshine. And I also got quite a bit of okra off of the tops of those. A lot of it was too big. A lot of it had gone to, it gets woody and seedy, but there's some good little ones there we'll be able to use. I'm sure Nini will like them. Okay, sunshine and raindrops, friends, until the next one. That's about it from us, and I'm going to go inside and deal with all this bounty and think about my inside chores. It is about the middle of the day, so probably time to feed people, I guess. Lovely having you with us. We'll see you again soon.